Alright, Rob Pincus here, and I am just above Leadville, Colorado at about 11,500 feet or so. You can see Leadville out there in front of the truck down there in the valley. You see the mountains and the lake out behind. A lot of mountains out there. I am one of my favorite places in the world. If you followed my career, you know that I spent a lot of time in the western part of Colorado, southwestern part, down in Telluride, and I love coming back here every year. So I'm here with our host, Phil McFall of High Caliber Consulting. He does training here locally. He's a student, a good friend, and he hosts classes for us here at the highest range in the U.S., which is a little bit below here, back down towards town, and it's a great place to come out and train. So we just did that. Last week I was at much lower elevation in Iowa, a much flatter landscape, doing several classes in a row. We had some great classes, some really large classes down there, hosted by Cedar Valley Outfitters. Another good group of friends and a bunch of guys down there already taking good care of us. We were at the Big Spring Range, and we also did the Shoot for Heroes benefiting Wounded Warrior Project, so that was a good time down there as well. Going to spend some more time here in Colorado. I've got 5 more classes to go before the 4th of July break. I'll be heading back east and doing some classes in Michigan, New Jersey, and also Florida, I think, before I get started again in the Pacific Northwest for the end of the tour, and then of course the run up to Alaska. And so far I'm pretty sure this is the most beautiful setting for a PDN Tour update, but Alaska's coming up, so we'll see what that holds for us. One of our sponsors that I wanted to talk about this week was GunVault. GunVault is something that we don't talk a lot about when we're out on the range, because GunVault, of course, is a quick access safe designed for home defense. Now, my new book, Defend Yourself, came out during the tour, came out about a month ago, right after NRA show, and of course we talk a lot in there about the difference between storage and staging a firearm. Quick access safes are designed for staging firearms, and most of GunVault's products are exactly that. They require a series of buttons to be hit or for a biometric scan, and then that safe will pop open and give you the opportunity to get to your handgun. The TacVault is a little different. It's a little more like a traditional safe. Of course, GunVault is a sister company to Canon safes, so all of my storage of my guns gets done in large Canon safes, and they require a 2-step process much like this TacVault. But the TacVault is specifically designed for people who are interested in having a long gun, maybe 2 long guns, a long gun and a handgun, staged and secured for home defense. So this works like any other type of safe. I'm simply going to put in a code. Now I've just set this up for the video with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hear a click, I turn the handle, and I've got access to my defensive long gun. I can open up my covers, I can reach in, grab a magazine, come out, get the gun loaded, do all that. Of course, I can also have a handgun staged in here. There's a shelf up top of the TacVault. I can have a handgun, maybe a defensive handgun here. I can have a flashlight, I can have medical equipment, I can have all kinds of things staged inside of the TacVault. You can see there's plenty of room. I could have a shotgun and a rifle, maybe 2 rifles. If I have a family member or somebody in the home who's also trained with a long gun, we could pull both of those out. Now, this really isn't designed for storage. Now, I'm using it for storage inside of the PDN Tour truck on the tour, and this is the 2nd year that I've done that. A lot of people ask how I go about securing firearms when I'm traveling in the vehicle, and this is exactly how. So I've got a system set up where this is actually mounted inside the vehicle. It's secured to the vehicle, and that's where I keep all the demo guns. So all of our CMMG guns, our Springfield Armory guns, my personal guns that I take out on the tour as well, are secured primarily inside of the GunVault. I've also got some smaller cases, some smaller GunVaults that I take in hotel rooms and things like that with me, again, for secure but staged defensive firearms. This is an important part of your responsibility as a firearms owner, to make sure that you are keeping people from unauthorized access. Now, if you have a secure home and you trust the people that come in and out of it, secured access may simply be locking your doors and having firearms open. Secured access may be having the firearm on your person when you're in your home or within reach at all times. But if you can't live in one of those 2 circumstances, something like the GunVault TacVault or any of the GunVault products is going to make an excellent option for you. Keep in mind, not only are my classes going on, but we've also got several other classes from the Personal Defense Network contributors, our tour team. We've got Chris Fry still doing a lot of classes. Mike Seeklander is actually, I think, up in Alaska this week. He's teaching at the same range that I'm going to be on in August. So it's my first time teaching up there. He's been teaching up there a lot. He's part of our tour. We've got several other people who are active in the tour. You need to check it out. Caleb Causey is one of our newest members. He's doing medical training, and it's great to add medical training to the tour as well. So check out PersonalDefenseNetwork.com. We've been posting a lot of great videos recently, and we've got some great articles that have come out as well. I've also been writing articles for Gander Mountain Academy for their newsletter. That's a sister project to PDN, and the new article that I've got for them talking about the different types of firearms, the kinds of things that you can find at Gander Mountain that aren't specifically defensive firearms and defensive firearms. So for someone who's a first-time gun buyer, or maybe you have plenty of defensive guns, but you're thinking about buying a hunting handgun, for example, you're going to want to check that article out as well. So check out the Gander Mountain Academy newsletter, as well as Personal Defense Network's information. PersonalDefenseNetwork.com is where you can find that, and you can find me up here in the mountains for the next couple of weeks, where I'm really going to be having a good time and doing some great training.